Well, hello everyone at the Shade Primary School. Welcome back to school. And if you're brand new, welcome to school. I'm so pleased that it's my turn to do our assembly this morning. And I thought I'd better introduce myself because I think there'll be some new people at the Shade Primary School this year. My name's Hannah and I work in St Andrew's Church, which is where I am now. Now, I know that lots of you have been to St Andrew's Church for different reasons, so you might recognise me either from assemblies from before or from coming to our church. Now, I hope that you have all had a lovely summer holiday and you are ready to start a brand new school year. Isn't that fantastic? We're going to listen to a Bible story today, which comes in the part of the Bible that Christians call the Old Testament. It's from the book of Ruth. And we're going to hear that story because today we're thinking about a word. We're thinking about the word compassion. Compassion. I wonder, does anybody know what the word compassion means? Well, compassion is thinking about how other people feel, thinking about people who might be going through something difficult and trying to think of a way that we can help them. That's being compassionate, that's showing compassion. And in our Bible story, we're going to hear about somebody who is compassionate. Now, I wonder if you listen and look, whether you can find out which person in our story is the one who is showing compassion. So let's listen to our Bible story.
There was a man called Elimelech, and he was married to Naomi. They lived in Israel. When they were living there, there was not enough food to eat, so they moved to the country of Moab. And there Naomi had 2 sons. Those 2 sons married 2 women from Moab. They were called Orpah and Ruth. Very sadly, Naomi's husband and sons died. So Naomi decided to move back to her hometown. Orpah and Ruth decided to go with her. On their way, on their journey, Naomi said to her 2 daughters-in-law, "Go back home. Each of you go to your own mother's house. You've been very kind to me." Orpah said goodbye, but Ruth held on to Naomi. And she said, "Don't ask me to leave you. Every place you go, I will go." So Naomi and Ruth travelled on until they came to the town of Bethlehem. In Bethlehem, Ruth said to Naomi, "I will go into the fields. Maybe someone will be kind and let me gather the grain that is left in the field." So Ruth went, and she followed the workers who were cutting the grain, and she gathered the grain that they had left. The field belonged to a man named Boaz. Boaz saw Ruth working, and he came to her and said, "Stay here in my fields to gather grain for yourself. Don't go to any other person's field. Watch to see which fields the other workers go to and follow them. When you are thirsty, you may go and drink." Then Ruth said to him, "I am a stranger. Why have you been so kind to me?" Boaz answered her, "I know all about the help you have given to Naomi, your mother-in-law. You left your family to be with her and came to a place where you did not know anyone." So Ruth gathered grain in the field until evening. And she carried the grain into town, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gathered.
So I wonder if you spotted our compassionate person in our Bible story. I wonder. I think one person who is very compassionate in our story was Ruth, because she thought about how Naomi felt, how Naomi was quite sad, wasn't she? And she was going to travel to her homeland. And Ruth thought that Naomi needed somebody to be with her, needed somebody to help her. So she too travelled with Naomi.
And we also might think about Boaz. He showed compassion to Ruth, didn't he? He made sure that she could work in his fields, and he offered her a drink when she was thirsty. And he did that because he saw how kind she had been to Naomi, her mother-in-law.
I think that while we're starting our new school year, we might like to think about how we can show compassion to each other. Maybe there are people who are new at the Shade Primary School, and maybe they're a little bit nervous. Maybe there are people whose brothers or sisters have gone from year 6 into the big school, and they're going to miss them. So maybe we can think about how to keep our eyes and ears open for people who need to be shown a little bit of compassion, that need a friendly face, that need somebody to look out for them, like Ruth looked out for Naomi. And I think that's a good start to a new school year. I don't know about you, but I think that's a great start. Now, I'm going to say a prayer. If you'd like to make it your prayer, say Amen at the end. Dear God, we thank you for the stories in the Bible that teach us things. We thank you for the story of Ruth and Naomi. Help us to be like Ruth and think about how other people are feeling and try our best to help them. Thank you for the start of this new school year, for all of our friends and our teachers. Amen. Well, I hope you are all having a wonderful time back at school, and I hope that I will get to see some of you soon. It always makes me smile when I see people out and about and I get a wave or a hello. I hope to see you all soon. Bye everyone. Bye.